Alright, this is Tom with TCPIII model building, and I got a box. What might be in it? Well, I know what's in it. So let me go ahead and start doing a little unboxing and a little storytelling. What was it, about 2 weeks ago? I was doing some online searching, specifically I was on eBay, and the reason why I was on eBay is I've got so many watches. Most all of them are Star Trek, but I do have a few old wind-ups that were made by Benrus back in the 1940s, maybe a few of them even in the 50s, but point being that they are kind of on the old side. And because they're the old-fashioned mechanical wind-ups, they do need to be taken in periodically and cleaned. But, you know, all watches should be cleaned periodically. And if they've got any type of Swiss movement, you know, they do need to be cleaned, like I said, and they do need to have the jewels lubricated. Otherwise, with them getting dirty and whatnot, they'll malfunction. So I happen to be on there, and I get a text message from a friend of mine that says I might want to go ahead and consider checking out a particular web page. I'm like, okay, what's going on? Figure I'm being suckered. So they sent me the URL, and so I went ahead and I clicked on it. Got stuck a little bit, and it took me to an interesting website on eBay. And I'm looking at this item, and I'm thinking to myself, that's a damn good price. Normally, what's in here, depending on the website you go to, I've seen it as high as 120. Now, there's a black knockoff version, which I've seen, and supposedly it's okay. It's a little bit loud, supposedly, but this one was the same as the other white ones. Sometimes they have a name brand placed on it. You know, it's kind of like Wisteria Systems. There's actually only a couple of companies that actually produce them. They just go ahead and airbrush on the company's name of choice, and you know, then they go ahead and sell it out. Anyways, so the price for this, which, like I said, I've seen as much as 120, but this time around it was for 55. And I'm looking at the person's ratings on eBay, and if you've done any purchasing on eBay, you know those power sellers will, you know, have, you know, thousands of cells, and this guy had, you know, in excess of 10,000, and he had or I don't even know if it was a he or a she. It was an online business, but went ahead and taking a look, and it had a 99.8% positive. And I'm like, okay, so if they're selling this, it's probably a good item. So, anyways, I ordered it. Out the door, because I had to pay tax, because it turned out that this business is here in California. Didn't have to pay shipping, but I had to pay tax. And that ended up driving up the price to, what, low 60s? Yeah, it sounds about right. Anyways, so it finally showed up. And what it is Some of you may have seen these. It's an airbrush booth. This one has all the bells and whistles, supposedly. Even has the LEDs, which I actually thought that was kind of cool. It does have all the piping, so that way I can go ahead and run the fumes out the window. Which I gotta make kind of like that idea. There's the power adapter. And supposedly there's a storage spot on this unit for that power adapter. Okay, so let's take out that piece. Let's take off that piece. Let's get this out of the way. Alright. I'm going to kind of zoom this in a little bit. And there we go. So here's the exhaust fan. So obviously we're looking at the back. And here's one of the sides, so I'm going to place it on end. Alright. Let's see. There we go. That's supposedly the storage area for that guy there. Let's see what's that. On the top we have a on-off switch here, and then we have the power cord connection right there. Here on the front, let's see here. Okay, let's go ahead and try opening this puppy up. Oh, there we go. There's that. Here's the sides. And it looks like the sides pop in here and there. They definitely go in a particular order because it looks like this side here has to be on the outside. Yeah, that seems to be the case there on that one too. Bring the top down. And it doesn't snap into place, but it does hold into place. There's our little Lazy Susan. And here is our lighting unit. Okay. I don't know how well this looks like. It's going to be the top unit. So it'll be like up here. And here are the side parts. And hold the right LED tube to the right side of the booth. Hook into the top panel. Okay. I don't think that one's left. Yeah, I think that one's more on the right. Ah, I see what it is. There's the connections in the very back. Okay, so couldn't see them earlier, but in the back of this, let's see, can we see this? Yeah, here in the back area, right there. You see that little black dot? And there's another one on the other side. That is where these connectors clip in at. Okay, that one goes to that side, so that one goes over here. There we go. Okay, got the one side. And what did I say to do? Do the other side next. Okay. Now, given the way this is laid out with these at either end, and if we take a look, there we go. You can see the end pieces there. So I'm assuming that these go in like that. Snapped in and snapped in. Sweet. Alright. One power plug. Okay. Go ahead and zoom back out. You may notice we're not quite exactly at the same spot that I would normally be doing my model work. I'm on the other desk. And yes, if you're looking over here, you are definitely seeing a whole bunch of Star Trek books. And on the next rack as well. The wacky thing is, I stopped collecting and reading them. A friend of mine was working over at Walden Books here in Rancho, where I live. And she stopped working there back in the early 2000s, I believe it was. So when she stopped working there, I stopped purchasing them out of solidarity to her, but also, mostly out of solidarity to her. She was the only employee that they had that would actually go ahead and put aside books. She knew what everyone that kept coming in there all the time, she knew what they liked. So she would go ahead and, if she knew you liked Star Trek, whenever new Star Trek books came in, she'd give you a call. She'd have the stuff set aside waiting for you there at the counter, so you show on up. And bada bing, bada boom, you had books. Alright. So it's all plugged in. Now I'm not going to go ahead and exhaust this out right now. I'll go ahead and hook that up later. But let's turn this on and see if it lights up and whatnot. Yeah, that seems to work fine. Wasn't in tight enough. This one over here is not getting tight enough as well. There we go. Now, okay, turning that off, turning it back on. That does actually light things up nicely. And the fan is not too loud. I can feel it sucking. Yeah, this unit really sucks. Should have brought up some incense or something like that, so maybe I could show you how it draws the smoke. But even right here, I can feel it dragging air over my ear. So yeah, the further in it gets, the better it is. Nice. Now, one of the things about this particular unit is you can actually add other units to it and put them side by side. To go ahead and make it bigger, as far as width goes. As far as height goes, I don't think you can. But I got them at for, like I said, low 60s. Pretty good deal. And that seller, I haven't seen them putting anything back on as far as replacements. Otherwise, I'd go ahead and make a full recommendation. So, anyways. I was, as you know, going to go ahead and take a box and pick up fans and whatnot and pipe it out. And that was going to cost me about 2/3 the amount to go ahead and do it. My main thing was I didn't want to actually put a hole in the screen, but I definitely wanted to exhaust it out. And this will allow me to go ahead and do stuff without having to wear a respirator. Don't get me wrong, I do have a P95 respirator that I use, although I haven't the past couple times in here. Shame on me. My nose certainly felt it. But, anywho's. So, I'm going to go ahead and put the exhaust system on it, and then I'll go ahead and show that to you, and then call it a day. So, I will be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. Decided to go ahead and actually film this. This looks like it's fairly easy, so I'm going to go ahead and zoom in. Lift this up. That way everyone can kind of see what I'm up to. The unit comes with a connector. And it actually has these little clips. And if you take a look here on the back, not only do you have the screen there, but there are 4 little clip-in areas. So you can go ahead and put this in and give it a twist. So, go ahead and try to line things up. There we go, finally. Okay. Alright, so it looks like this guy. And you probably can't see right now, but there we go. There's a groove right in there that this piece needs to rest up against. And then lastly, Unlike the other end, this one looks like it's designed to be threaded on. Let's see if it actually goes. Yeah, seems to be threading. Yay! All right. All right, I think we got it. So, when it's turned on, and I'll probably be painting more at an angle. So, lights are on. Ooh. And there it exhausts all the way up. Now, supposedly, there were 2 of these in there. Yeah, they've got a white one and the blue and white. So, probably when I go to use this though, I will probably go ahead and put paper towels down here. New item. Don't want to go ahead and ruin it. So, anyways, this is Tom with TCPIII Model Building, wishing you a good day. Matter of fact, so does Bailey. That was him barking. Have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.